Hello everyone, I am Venugopal. Welcome to the 22nd edition of Money's News Capsule. Today's headlines: NSE remains world largest derivatives exchange for second consecutive year. The National Stock Exchange of India Limited remained the world's largest derivatives exchange for a second consecutive year in 2020 in terms of number of contracts traded, according to the Futures Industry Association. In addition, the Burs has been ranked fourth in the world in cash equities by number of trades by the World Federation of Exchanges for calendar year 2020. NSE said in a statement on Thursday. The exchange said it has been focused on building robust markets for all asset classes and had launched a host of new products and services last year. Next headline: Sensex hits 50,000. BSE Sensex hit the psychological 50,000 mark for the first time ever on Thursday. It took a little over 3 months for BSE Sensex to climb from 40,000 to 50,000 points and took just 9 sessions to gain 1,000 points from 49,000 points. Baroda Index Nifty 50 breached the crucial 14,700 level on the upside. According to the data available on the National Stock Exchange, the index closed the previous session with a PE multiple of 39.55. According to the analysts, even as Sensex hit 50,000, there are bumps ahead. The market is likely to turn highly volatile during the Union Budget 2021. Extreme bullish sentiment and easy money buying into equities are among other factors that have led Sensex hitting 50,000 at rapid pace. Say next headline: Farmers' agitation has caused business loss of rupees 50,000 crores. The ongoing farmers' agitation has taken a toll on the sector. As per estimates, it has resulted in a loss of 50,000 crore rupees. Traders Body Confederation of All India Traders in a statement said business loss is close to 50,000 crore rupees. Secretary General Praveen Khandelwal said the government's fresh proposal leave farm loss in abeyance for 1.5 years and constitute a joint committee with farmer leaders is quite justified and reasonable, which indicates its willingness to resolve the crisis. Khandelwal appealed to the government that traders should also be given representation in proposed joint committee. Next headline: Telangana ranks 4th in India Innovation Index. Telangana stood 4th in the second edition of India Innovation Index report released by Niti Aayog under the major states category. Karnataka, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Telangana and Kerala have been ranked as the top 5 states in innovation in Niti Aayog's second innovation index released on Wednesday. The index, released by Niti Aayog's Vice Chairman Rajiv Kumar and CEO Amitabh Kant, has been developed on the lines of Global Innovation Index. Telangana has been ahead of other states in terms of fostering innovations with initiatives like the country's largest incubator T-Hub and the first exclusive women's incubator V-Hub. Among the major states, the average innovation score is 25.35, Karnataka tops at 42.5, which is attributed to its strong number of venture capital deals, registered GIs and ICT exports. Next headline: Ducati to launch 12 motorcycles in 2021. All of the automobile manufacturers have had to overhaul their product lineups in India due to more stringent emission standards that came into effect on 1st April 2019. While the most cars, motorcycles and other vehicles have been updated, some still remain. Ducati India started its BS6 compliant range with Ducati Pangal V2, Scrambler 1100 Pro and Multistrada 950S. As market standards fall back to normalcy have been affected drastically due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, Ducati now plans to launch 12 new motorcycles in this year. Next headline: UP government gives 5 lakhs marketing assistance to 4 startups under the new policy. In a boost to Start in UP program, the new UP Startup Policy 2020, the Policy Implementation Unit approved marketing assistance to 4 startups on Thursday. Each of the 4 startups will get 5 lakhs as marketing assistance over a period of 1 year, launch minimum viable product in the market, and official release set. The 4 startups that have been granted approval for getting funds are G Systems of Prayagraj, Endrav Solutions LLP of Ghaziabad, Murak Technologies of Sharanpur, and Mud Fusion Well Private Limited of Lucknow in farming, solar face recognition, and biofuel sector respectively. Emphasizing the importance of support to startups in early stage, Additional Chief Secretary, IT and Electronics and Chairman of PIU Alapuma said that the objectives of facilitation and incentives was to encourage innovators to stimulate commercialization of their inventions and to help in validating proof of concept. Next headline: Ahead of IPO, Zomato nears $500 million fundraising round. Ahead of potential listing on exchanges, the that would value the Gurugram-based company at around $5.5 billion. Existing investors Tiger Global, Korea Investments, JetView, Fidelity, Bowwave, VY Capital, along with new backer Dragonite Group will participate in the financing round. The fundraising will include a mix of primary cash infusion of 250 million by existing backers and similar amount by a secondary sale of shares by Chinese investors and group. And next headline, Morgan Stanley Infra invests 180 crore rupees in Leap India. Morgan Stanley India Infrastructure on January 21 said it has invested 180 crore rupees to acquire stake in Leap India. Founded in 2019, Leap India is an asset pooling company dedicated to providing dependable and cost-effective solutions to supply chains across India, according to a statement. Leap, which provides these assets on lease and helps in integrating the supply chain across suppliers, manufacturers, 3PL service providers, and retailers, have a large footprint in India, catering to over 600 customers and more than 7,000 touchpoints from a pan-India network of 18 warehouses. Thank you. Stay updated.